Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be showing you how to edit and color correct in After Effects. So basically, what I have here is a picture that I shot with my T3i. Picture looks pretty flat overall. Yeah, it's a pretty flat picture, color-wise. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add life, character, and give this picture basically an overall theme. And they say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, right now this one is worth about one, and that will be boring. This picture is plain boring. It's nice if you're an amateur and this is what you think is nice because you have a DSLR. I'm sorry to tell you, it's boring. Boring as shit. Excuse my French. And not by any means am I any professional. I just happened to have a class in school, and I still, to this day, play around with this kind of stuff. But anyway, let's jump right in it. So what you have to do first is go to File, Import, look for your photo, import that. Simple. Now take your image and drag it across the Create a New Composition. Once you have created a new composition, I'm sorry. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, you would click on it, go to composition settings, make it one frame. It might be 30 seconds. Just put 000 and one frame. And then from there, you would add your effects. I'm using looks, and I'm also using Video Copilot optical flares. So you click on this. Let me turn it on for you guys. Okay, there you go. That's basically the overall photo of what I did. I'll jump in and show you a few of my settings if you're new to this. Once again, we're going to turn everything off. The haze filter for some reason is not showing here, but you can see it in the actual photo, which is weird. It was showing when I was editing the photo and color correcting it. But like I said, here goes your boring picture. Added a sky filter, which added some blues and greens and took away some reds. You can not only can you see it here, but you can actually physically see it. Like, pay attention to the greens and the reds and the yellow lines, and the reds here, and wherever else you can see it, wherever else your mind takes you and your eyes let you see. Just pay attention to the reds, and then notice the greens at the same time, and then simultaneously the blues as well. Gives like a bluish greenish tint. There you go. Voila. Pay attention to the car right here, bluish green. Okay, now that's me right there. It just seems a little more cinematic, and it's starting to create the overall theme of the photo that I had in mind, which is always what you want to have. You want to have a theme already in mind. It's kind of hard to create something, I guess, from scratch in a sense. You always have to have an idea of what you're going for, and then follow that idea with the tools that you have. So we know what the vignette is doing, and the exposure is doing what it says. The vignette obviously is vignetting our photo. Contrast is just giving us a little exposure compensation. It looks a little darker here in the photo once I add everything in Magic Bullet, I guess, because maybe the Video Copilot brightens the image as well, so I'm not too sure. Didn't really pay attention that much. But anyway, you see my color correction already gives us this sepia sort of feel in a sense, but it's very gentle. If you notice right here, and then my face, well, my face, whatever you want to say. And then even, just throughout the whole photo, it gives it a little sepia feel. I'm adding greens, more orange, and more blues to complement the haze flare, which is adding a tint of orange. Excuse me. And you'll be able to notice the haze flare right here later on. Now I got the film-like custom curves, which was already here. I didn't really touch the settings, I think. I like the way they was. I know it looks kind of dark here, but like I said, for some reason, not as dark here. Excuse me. Anyway, that's pretty much about it, what I did for it. Oh, I'm sorry. I added a letterbox. If you don't know what that is, that's pretty much made it look cropped out. A lot of people do that for videos. I'm not too much of a photography fanatic or fan, so I don't really pay attention to every detail that I see in photos. So I'm not sure if I've seen this around in photos. If I haven't, or if it's not being done like that, then hey, I could start a new trend. Just remember I did it first. But anyway, yeah, so that's about it. And how you want to export this, I was about to say expose. Export this is click on your composition, save frame as, and it's going to bring you here. You click on Photoshop sequence if you want to bring it into Photoshop, JPEG if you want to have a compressed file and you think you're finished, or TIFF sequence. I use TIFF sequence if I'm going to edit the photo again. Plus, I like to have an uncompressed file of the photo with all my effects. So that way, if I wanted to bring it into Photoshop and do anything to the photo itself, which I am going to do, I'm going to fix this right here because there's a scrape on the car. And the car wasn't washed, but you can't really tell. So when you zoom in, I'm going to take away these things right here. So I'll have a TIFF photo. And it allows me to have uncompressed version. So when I bring it into Photoshop, I can edit it and then, bounce it out from there. Export it from them, sorry. Export it from there and, as a JPEG and have my compressed small file, and that's it. And then right here is your output too. I have mine going to where all my photos are at, all of these photos that I'm working on, and then you just render it, and it takes about maybe half a second. That's it, and that's pretty much about it. But anyway, the photo that I ended up with is actually this. You can see right here that I touched it up. Now, not every single little detail has to be super perfect. Like, nobody's gonna look right here and be like, wow, that was touched up. No, if you look at it, you can probably tell, to people who touch up photos, but not everyone can tell. And as far as I'm concerned, the photo looks good to me. That's all that matters. So this is the JPEG version on my background. I kind of A/B'd it between the TIFF photo, which to my eye, I didn't see too much of a difference on the as far as the background. I don't know if the background compresses anything, but anyway, guys, I'm starting to ramble. So this is basically how you import, export, and edit a photo in color correct inside After Effects. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.